So how many system? Definitely it's very many system in the hotels when you talk about. Okay, it's very technical. Some systems are very simple and some are very complex. When we talk about the chillers, so nowadays we got very complex chillers with so many interlocks. Okay, when we interlocks with the BMS, interlocks with the GRMS, interlocks with uh, your energy components. So those are very complex. So we need to know if your energy, if you want to save energy, what are the system, how it connected to each other, what is the effect of it, okay, how they operate, okay. Some of the systems, they operate, almost every system operate together, okay, and they operate all over the place. Okay, so it's not like we are operating one system in one place. We talk about air conditioning, it's a wash itself. You have chiller, you have AHUs, you have PAHUs, you have ventilation, you have fan coil units, you have heat exchangers, you have distribution pumps, you have cooling towers. So it's a huge system itself as a air conditioning. It's look one word, but behind the scene, it's all over the place in the building. So these are the things which is we need to operate. Yeah, several systems. As if one system fails, it affects the several systems. Okay, so that's how the engineering is work. Okay, you alone, as mentioned, we alone cannot, as operation, cannot operate this system. Okay, you need around the clocks staff to operate, and how many staff you need. So if you know, as I mentioned, if you know how many system you have, based on that you can decide how many staff you need to operate. You, based on that you can decide how many staff you need to maintain it, how many staff you need to operate it, how many staff you need to have multi-skilled staff who can operate and maintain, and you need to train. What are the trainings you need to give? Which staff is competent of this system? Which staff can operate this system? So those are the trainings and standards which need to be provided to the staff. Okay, and as mentioned, we cannot be everywhere, so you need to supervise your staff, you need to supervise, watch them if are they performing the right standard or not, or if they're, when they're taking the reading, are they understanding what is happening on the system. Yeah,
I think there the role of your management information system will also play an important role. What are the processes that you have with your peoples? How they are reporting to you? What kind of readings? The standards, checklist. If you have a lot, then you don't have to supervise or watch them every single thing. You just have to read the reports, and you will be able to understand. But if you don't have those processes, then it would be very haphazard to manage the systems.
yeah, that's true. The here the key role is the management. Okay, so here it's not only the you're dealing with the equipment, here you're dealing with the people also. So your leadership skills is very important to operate, okay, to manage your team, and then analyze what your team weaknesses are, what your team strengths are, and then you pair the teams along with your analysis. Okay, who can be pair with which team, and then how you can achieve your goals. If you have this team who doesn't know the operation, and you put the in charge on that team to be run your operation, definitely you are preparing a recipe of disaster. Okay, in short, you are the in charge of the operation section and must establish the organization and train your group of people to operate the hotels. Okay, MEP systems achieve the desired standards. Okay, such as guest needs, which we have talked about before. Okay, so this is what need to consider seeing your systems in the operations, how many number of staff you need, what are the skill and competency of your team should be, okay, they should be, and if they have the ability to work in the ship, you need to prepare the rostering, you need to know if your team is able to teams, which comes under your line managers and your assistants, are they able to work under pressure? Because engineering is not only just operating it. Sometimes you have the crisis when you have the pipe burst somewhere in the building. It's it's like, you need to have a team who can really think quickly, really act quickly, and then they know how to respond to the under the pressure. Okay. And then what are the responsibility and accountability, because you, with your assignments, you need to put a accountability to the team. If there's no accountability and responsibility assigned to the team, definitely they will ignore, or they will neglect the system's operations. So that's really required. You need to see what are the attitudes, because you're in engineering, you don't only operates, you deal with the different departments, because as I mentioned before, we work behind the scene, we provide the support to the operations. Okay, its operation is not only one department, it's housekeeping, it's rooms, it's kitchen, it's service, it's sales, it's banqueting. So everything comes under engineering at the ends, and we are the backbone of the hotels. I always mention that, because without us, everything fails. If your backbone is not strong enough, you cannot walk. So that's really required.